and then we have, so your book 5, you looked scared to death last night. I don't like that look in your face when you look scared to death because you haven't done it for a while. But it's just because we worked so hard on the reading, that's all. That happens.
That's a lot of books.
3. There we go. This is the one I'm talking about when I say scale up.
I like 3, so that's the only one in there. I have to take the other ones out. Too heavy.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
1, 2.
Oh gosh, girl, you're gonna get 20 books eventually. Okay. So, why don't we start with, because I don't know if I wrote it down. We just only marked 2? What was the point of that?
I don't know, we just did it.
We only just got, did we leave the submedian on this one too? Yes, okay, I see what I did. So I just went down to the submedians in each, okay. So let me hear you do the A page. Where did I just lay my violin? There it is, over there. I was hanging it off that stand, and then I didn't want Kate to see me do that because she might try to home and it'd end up on the floor in pieces. So I moved it, now I can't find it. Play your A. That's good. A and T. Do you put the little lead in on, or how have you been practicing that?
Depends.
Well, if you do slurs, you need the lead in, okay? So we'll do a 3 slur with the lead in. Let's try that. Right. If you were just going to play back and forth, or staccato, or something like that, then just start where the A is, okay? Go ahead. That's marked there on the top, okay, rather than staying up high for so long, okay? And then we want to pay attention to what our bow's doing. Ideally, we want to get from the frog to the tip on every stroke, okay? So your down bows are great, but then your up bows never get back to the frog. What that means is you're not getting, once you close your arm, you're not getting the float. You need to get the float involved, okay? So let's try it again. Close first, then float. Close your arm, then float. Close it, float it. Close it first, float it. Yes, you got it by the last 2. All the other ones you kept trying to from here, you just tried to float while you were at the tip. You have to make sure it's shut first, then you're only doing this. Remember that bowing we did in class, right? So it's basically from that point to the frog where the floating happens. Yes, okay? You don't want to try and do anything like that at the top. In fact, I can't think of any song that does that at the top of the bow, of anything that I've ever learned. So it's just a bottom of the bow thing. All right, let's try the minor one now, the melodic minor. And then 3. 3. I lied. Sorry, this is the one that comes back to the 4. Okay, hold on. Marianne had a really great fix on this. No, that's not it either. I can't remember what Marianne's secret was. Darn it. I can't remember. All right, never mind, until I talk to her. I'll ask her on Saturday if she can show me again what that is. But until that, read here. So there's no one finger, okay? But on this one, when you come back, you gotta come to first and put a 4 down. All the other ones, it'll be 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, okay? This is the one you have to memorize, and that's why she's like, why do that, right? So her way, it's the same on every single scale. But I can't remember what it is now. Go here. Okay. Get that thumb to bend, get your nail up into the stick. Is it up in the stick a little bit? Okay, go. Close your arm first. Slow, good. Try not to roll the stick over. Flat here. 3, 2, 1. 4. Oops. Shut your arm first. Okay, good. I see you thinking about it. Did you see that when I said whoops, you didn't even get to the bottom half of your bow? Yeah, let's try it again. It's a lot to think about, especially these harder ones with weird fingerings. You have to go back and forth between each hand, what you gotta do. Good. Good, that was the best flat hair I've seen. Keep it flat, don't let that thumb roll it over. Close it first, then float it. There you go. Close and float. Don't let it go to one side of the bow. There. That's it. Let your knuckles come down. Now instead of using the 1 right now, shake me your 1. Play your 2. That should be a 2. Yeah, now in the margin here I wrote no 1. Okay, so at that point you got to shift now to a 3. Okay, and then you come down to a 4. Close first, flat hair. There you go. Yep. So that's a lot to think about there at that one moment. Now let's go to G for a second. And let's do the same scale. Do you see how in the margin I also wrote no 1? So that follows the same thing. The problem is coming backwards, what happens when you get to first position? It's a 3, it's not a 4 like the other one. Okay, so now let's try that one. Just start right there on G minor. Flat hair, good. No 1. 3. Flat hair. E flat, right? Dead spider. How do you do the dead spider? Remember? Pull these knuckles down like they're coming through your palm. That's what keeps it flat. Yeah, good. Do you understand the fingering, how it's different? Okay, so now let's move a little bit faster to the B flat one. Okay, again in the margin, no 1, and you're going to come backwards, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. This problem is you're not in first position now. The other time we did 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, we were back in first. This one, we're still up high. And then we have this dumb little shift right here, which doesn't feel right at all. Okay? And that's why I now love Mary Ann's way. I just got to write it in a book somewhere so I can remember it. All right, here we go. B flat. Her way doesn't have the dumb little shift. So we start with a 2. Yep. So we have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, that's why you need that squish 4, and G flat, also known as F sharp. We're going to raise the G to a natural, shift into a low D flat.
Wait, what?
Oh. G natural. Shift to C. That should be your 5.
I did an extra shift.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You're just gotta know where you're going. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Will that help?
Oh, so you're still in third, just low.
It's low third, so it's gonna feel like C sharp. Let's go back to the key note. So B flat. Let's start on that B flat there. And then C sharp. You can test that one. Yep. You all right with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So A and B flat touch. All right. C, D flat touch. C, D flat here. E flat, F does not touch. F, G, no, G, A, B flat. Okay. So let's see if this helps you at all. Where the reds are. That would be the touching fingers, okay? Just start right off. We're just going back and forth both. So starting on that B flat. A is fine. If you did an open A, you're sure you're going to play it right. Right? You don't have the choice there because you need a D flat, right? So that's why I say I'm all about open strings. Try again. A. Test it. Touch. Then A flat. No one finger, shift. Okay, what position is that if your 1 is on a D flat or C sharp?
What? 6.
Yeah, it's lowered 6 or high 5th, right? Okay, so you know where your thumb goes for 5th, right? It's right there in the crook. That's your D flat, and then shift. This is A flat, so it's lowered 3rd. And then we don't shift. And then come back. Okay, so what are the notes that touch? A flat B flat coming back to A flat is a whole step, right? A flat to G flat, whole step. G flat to F. G flat to F, right, so that's a half step, right over that shift. That's important to know, so you don't go too far, right? F, E flat is a whole. E flat, D flat,
Still a whole.
whole, yeah. D flat, C, half. So again, over the shift touches. C, B flat, whole. B flat, A flat, whole. A flat, G flat, whole. G flat, F, F, E flat, hold. E flat, D flat, hold. D flat, C. That's the same as C sharp and C, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then B flat, A flat's a hold, but A flat, G flat is a hold. G flat, F is a touch there. And then D flat, C. Ready to try the whole thing again?
Yep.
Half step shift. Test it. Slide in there, 3. No one finger, but your third finger's gonna go right under it. Half step under. Better? Yeah? Okay. So part of this is going to be, in order for you to learn these, is going to be that you have to maybe take out a pencil and mark the half steps, or if you feel confident enough to do it with red crayon, do it. So the red means something to you. All right, now back to A. So just work with all those melodic minor scales this week, okay? Now let's move to the A arpeggios. So this is what we were trying to do without looking last night. 1, 3, 1. 1, 3, 1 and 4. 1, 3, 1 and 7. Come back to 4th. And back to 1st. And major, we went the other way last night, didn't we? We started major and then went minor, right? This is starting minor and going major. So now it still doesn't matter. It's just only the middle note that's changing, right? The middle note will feel a little higher now. Go. Good. Then A, 4th position. 7th position. Back to 4th. Test it with your E string. Excellent. Okay. Now, the next part is the theory part. I'm going to teach it to you in the key of A, and then I want you to work on figuring out in the key of G. Okay? So, submediant. Do you remember what that means in theory class?
Tonic was when you raised the. Wait, tonic was the one of the numbers.
Yes,
Is
tonic
that
is 1,
Well, median is 3.
right?
And submedian is 7.
6. Yep.
Oh, you're at 3. How did I get 7?
6. This is the 6th of the key. So, you're in A. What is number 6? A, 1, 2, B, 3, C sharp, 4, D, 5, E, 6, F sharp.
Oh.
So this is an F sharp chord. Okay? So how do we spell an F sharp chord? Well, F sharp, A, C sharp.
Oh.
Okay? That is your submediant in the key of A major. Okay? So here it is, right here. Okay? What's weird for our listening is that they put it in an inversion. Remember what that means? When you don't start on the first note of the chord.
Oh, right.
They still used an A, but they started us with that. And they also used the C sharp, but they put it there. So it sounds like we're doing some kind of A chord, but we're really not. Okay? So right now, just play me these 3 notes. That's where the submediant comes from.
Oh.
That's it. So it sounds minor, doesn't it? Play it as a double stop. Or yeah, or you can do that. Yeah, how about 2 and an A? 2 C sharp and a 4A. I'm just playing different ways of that, playing that chord, but only with 2 notes each, right? There you go. There it is. That's it. You got it. Now we'll play what's there, starting on the low A. And then they shift a 5th. And then this is a 5 finger. You can play open or 4. See how that works? Let's do that same one again. But this time, do the bottom fingering. I actually want you to practice this with a repeat on it, both fingering. Because honestly, you'll use both. So let's do the bottom notes now, or the bottom fingers. Basically go to 4th position. Yep. Then shift to 7th position. So all that was in 7th position.
Oh, no shifting.
Right. That's why I want you to know both, because you're technically going to need to be able to play in both. Okay? So this stays all in 7th to there. And this was in 4th. So it's a lot like what you had to do here, 4th and 7th. Okay? So that's what that one does. This one is a faster shift. You stay all in 1st position until the E string, and then you do the crazy shift. What I don't like about this one, this is what Edie's teacher's making her do. I don't like this big spread between the 3 and the 5. I would rather do things that are evenly placed for my fingers. So that's why I prefer the bottom fingering, but Chris is saying that pretty much in all the fancy high level stuff, you really got to do that more. Extensions are more prevalent anymore. So anyway, do both.
Yeah.
So here we go. We'll do top fingering, then just repeat it, bottom fingering. Here we go. And technically, here's the shift. And then stretch like crazy. Back to 1st position and you're home free. And now let's repeat with the harder little shifting. 4th position. 7th position. But evenly spaced. Okay, come back to 4th. 3-1. That's the way that I learned. And my teacher never made me have to do it different ways, so I'm the best at that one. Okay? All right, and then let's do one more. So you can start adding that, and then you can figure out the fingering on the key of G one, okay? Do the top same way, write in what you need to write in to keep them small, and then figure out the bottom one. The bottom fingering will be the most like the tonic major, okay? And the top one will be the one that has the least amount of shifts and stays mostly on the E string. Subdominant, do you remember what that means? If submediate means 6, what do you think subdominant means?
Dominant also means it's in the 2nd.
Not necessarily. Sub means it's just lower, it's below.
Below.
Mm-hmm.
Dominant is, I'm gonna guess first.
That's a good guess. Tonic is 1.
Alright.
Yeah, dominant is 5. It's the other most important chord. Tonic is the most important because that tells you your key. Dominant is the other most important chord because that sets up the parameters of what you're going to teeter-totter on.
So the first 5 get their own name.
They all get their own names.
And then the rest have a sub behind it. Before.
No. That's a good question. So, wait, I don't know if there's blank on the end. Okay. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're back home again. So this is tonic. This is supertonic.
Supertonic?
Then median. This is subdominant. I thought I would have more room. Dominant. This is submediate. This is leading tone. And those are your theory names for each scale number. This is what you have in a major scale. In a minor scale, it would be a minor 1 and major 2 and major 3, right? Minor and major is whether I made it uppercase or lowercase, right? So now that you have that, you can look back. So what is subdominant? It's 4. So what is the chord that you would be on if you were doing the 4th in the key of A?
D.
That's right, it's a D chord. How do you spell a D chord?
E, F, and A.
But you have to remember the F sharp, right? Okay, so D, F sharp, A. And so, here we go again. It's in a funky inversion. So it still sounds like an A chord because you started with an A down there. But if you just did this a minute, you could get that in your ear where I circled. Do that, D, F sharp, A. Yeah, leave him off. Just start your own D for a minute.
Sounds happy.
Yeah, it is. It's a major chord. Okay, so here we go. Same thing. We're going to repeat this guy. I think to there. So just starting on the D. Don't even worry about that A. We can hook them together anytime we want. Start on the D. Stay in first position. Go to 6th. And come down. First position, please. Open A. Yep. Now let's do it using the bottom fingers. O, 2, O. But now shift to 3rd, 6th, 3rd, so it gets you up there 1 string earlier. Okay? Do you understand how that's going to work?
Yep.
Okay. So now you get to play with those 2 and try your best. If you do it wrong, just do everything in pencil. If you do it wrong, we'll fix it next time. Okay? All right. Push stop for a second on your thingy so I can write this down. Because I won't see you next week, remember? I'm going out of town.